The President's State of the Nation address came under the spotlight as political parties responded to Ramaphosa's plan of action for the year. The ANC kicked off with defending the President's declaration of the national state of disaster.
A lot of hot air is going to be blown about the government declaration of a national state of disaster to respond to the electricity crisis and its effects. The critics of this approach miss the most important element of the intervention, namely the strong central coordination and decisive action needed to deal with the national crisis of energy.
We have no other option as the Democratic Alliance but to challenge this latest state of disaster in court, if only to prevent an even bigger disaster.
January 2023, the leader of the Democratic Alliance made a bold statement that will support declaration of the state of disaster on the emergency and the energy crisis. That was the 31st of January. Then when the state of disaster was declared on the 9th of February, the same leader of the Democratic Alliance came back and said, we'll take the government to court for declaring a state of disaster.
The DA described President Cyril Ramaphosa as worse than his predecessor, Jacob Zuma.
As we look back now on that early period of the Ramaphosa presidency, through the lens of this year's State of the Nation address, we arrive at one inescapable conclusion: that you, Mr. President, are somehow guilty of something even worse than the thing that you once accused Zuma of. For if President Zuma presided over 9 wasted years, you, sir, have presided over 5 disastrous years.
Our country is in the middle of several man-made crises. The man who's currently at the center of South Africa's crisis is a full-time businessman, animals trader, possibly a puppet of both the domestic and global capitalist interest, who has said that the job of president for him is a part-time job, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa.
But if you ask anyone on the street what defines us, they would say load shedding, unemployment and crime, amongst other things. You are right that we are not people easily resigned to our fate, but there is a warning in that. How long will it be before you have a revolution on your hands? And believe me, it will not be a silent revolution.
It is common knowledge that black economic empowerment and affirmative action is one of the main reasons for the problems in Eskom. Their own employment equity plan determines that in the next 3 years, Eskom must get rid of 500 white men technicians with technical skills.
Our nation is actually in a disaster. Not only a declaration of disaster, but so many components of our society are absolutely in a state of disaster.
For example, the country has been delivered into the grips of load shedding, whilst corruption has shot all the money that was meant to develop the power generating infrastructure of South Africa. Certainly, Mr. President, the ruling party on this one had benefited through Hitachi and Chancellor House deals.
The EFF and police minister were also at loggerheads over the alleged warning by Cele to EFF Secretary General Marshal Dlamini that his life was under threat from the IFP.
He was there to urge me and beg me to confirm that I have said IFP will kill him. And when I refused, he promised me that life is going to be difficult for me.
The question that you should be responding to, did he not call me on Saturday? Last week Saturday, he called me, he's the one who called me, not the other way around. And his call was very clear. SG, I've detected political intolerance in KZN that is going to lead to killings.
Honorable member.
My question to him was that Minister, does it involve me? And his answer was yes.
The debate will continue on Wednesday, and Ramaphosa will respond to the debate on Thursday. Ulelani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.